All right, what's going on, everybody? Today we are bringing a review over the CBE Trek bow sight. So this right here is probably more of your intermediate budget bow sight on the market. So this right here is a 3-pin slider sight. I think this sight comes in at a price range of around $275, $280-ish. So definitely not as bad as what most sights on the market is today. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Just a little verification. This is a 3-pin and it's 0.19 fiber size. So here's just a few little specs on the back, talking about the features of it. It has a setup 2 floating pins with multiple indicator pointers, lightweight design featuring multi-position mounting hose, machine aluminum construction for added durability, hybrid elevation adjustment with dead stop for top pin, 12 inches of fiber optic management system, multiple laser engraved aluminum sight yardage scales included, micro adjust windage adjustment, adjustable first, second, and third axis, a lockdown knob when you're moving it, when you're sliding it up and down. And this is available in a 1-pin, 3-pin, or 5-pin housing. So we've got a local tournament coming up at the end of this month, right before deer season. So what you see on this 3-pin is what we'll be running for deer season, but we will be putting, it allows you to use lenses, so we're going to be putting a shrewd scope housing on this. So this is an older sight. It did come out about 4 years ago, but it is still good in comparison to the other sights. So it actually comes with 14 sight tapes. It's 7 metal tapes, but it is 1 on each side, so 14. And it also comes with this neat little sight gauge tool. So what I'm understanding is, from what I've understood, is you find your 30-yard mark on your actual sight when you're sighting this in, and then you line it up with your 30-yard sight, and then I guess go down to 70, or I actually have no idea. I'm guessing like 70 or 60, whatever I guess you prefer, and find out what sight tape it is, whichever letter matches up with whatever mark. So we're going to open this up now. So the difference is between this one and the Pro is about $100, but the only difference is these brackets to mount it. So obviously you can mount it in multiple spots. So the bracket right here, it is not a dovetail or a bridge lock. Now, you can actually go on CBE's website and buy a mounting system and make it for a Picatinny like we've got back here, or you can get a dovetail, or you can get a bridge lock. So one of the handy features about this is it is a slider sight. It does come with 2 indicators, but it also comes with where you can change it to just a single indicator, which is definitely what I'll be doing, just because of the confusion that might come with. So it is a micro adjust left and right. You can adjust your second and first and third axis. Your first axis for right before you even put the sight on the bow, you can adjust it. So these are 0.19 pins. We've got our green, red, and green fiber system. And another difference between the Pro and the Trek is that the Pro comes with some sort of sunshade, but a little trick that we've always used with CBE sights is just take a piece of duct tape and literally, it don't look the prettiest, but it does do the trick just as well. Take a piece of duct tape and just wrap it from here all the way down here to the leveling, because at that point you don't have no excess sun coming in from these top hose up here. So this is the little locking system. I'm actually not figured out how to unlock it. Oh, definitely a tight locking system. That is not budging nowhere. Got a very smooth rolling system. Another thing that I like about this is instead of a round, most sights actually has, when you screw it into the whole arm, it's just this little piece right here is typically round. This is actually more of a square, more of a rectangle, and I'm not sure, but I just feel like this should hold a lot better than usual. So it's going to come with everything. Your light will actually mount on the side right here. Even if you don't use it, definitely probably recommend screwing it in anyways, because this fiber does stick out just a little bit. don't want to lose no fiber in the middle of a tournament or in a hunt. So, by the way, this sight super sturdy. We've got our hunting bow right here, and we're actually going to take off this sight contraption that I've got going on. Got everything ready to roll. We're going to take this off, and we're going to throw this on here after we get our first axis adjustment, which shouldn't take 5 minutes, if that. The way that I do things may be different than everybody else's, but it's always worked for me. So my table is a truck tailgate for this video. So like I said, I'm going to end up changing the scope housing. Going to change it out. All you got to do is unscrew this Allen wrench, and then it comes off. Going to change it out for the Shrewd scope just to run it for this tournament. So we're going to go and we're going to get a first axis adjustment, make sure that it is level. Then once we do that, we're going to throw the scope on and kind of go from there. Just to really, everything else comes with after I put my scope on. So, all right, so we've got our Shrewd. We've got the whole sight on here now. We've got the Shrewd Optimum 35. Like I said, we're preparing for a local tournament. That's why the 3-pin housing is not on here. But we've got the Shrewd Optimum 35 with a 6-power lens on our bow. So this is the Obsession Ultra Mag Ramrod Wrath stabilizers, the CBE Trek. And for this tournament, we're just running the 1-pin 6-power Optimum 35 from Shrewd. Got the QAD Integrate MX2, and then we're shooting the Scott S2. So, one of the little handy things about this sight is there's so many adjustments. Sighting this bow in is going to be super fast. I'm pretty close right now. The only thing I got to do is move my left and right. My number one goal though with this bow sight is actually to get a long sight tape. So I have a lens in here, but I'm trying to get a sight tape out to at least 70-80 yards. Good, because I'm going to use this as my thumbnail, okay? Alright everybody, so that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to make a quick little review over this bow sight. I'm not going to Bowhunter Games, that is in Clarksville, but this would be my Bowhunter Games setup. I still have a lot of work to do with the sight and sighting it in before next weekend, before we go to that tournament. It's pretty much going to be a local version of Bowhunter Games. Hopefully going to be filming some of that as well for you guys. But yeah, that is it for today's video. If you guys are in the market for a good, I wouldn't say advanced, but an intermediate level sight, and the reason I wouldn't say advanced is simply because when the normal sight housing is on, the pins is not micro adjust. But I would say good intermediate bow sight that does the trick. I would definitely say the CBE Trek 3-pin slider is definitely in the market. Budget wise, it is definitely in the market compared to today's prices of bows and bow sights and accessories. This sight right here paired with the QAD, I believe is really going to be incredible. So like I said, we got the Shrewd on, 6-power lens. Yeah, we're going to keep playing with it. I didn't get to show you guys this, but here is the mountain hose right here. So you can bring it up a little bit when you put it down here, or you can bring it down when you put it down here. So I'm going to try to get 100 yards out of this tape. Yeah, we'll shoot one last shot before we wrap up the video. Definitely go check this out if you guys are interested. Make sure you all subscribe to our channel.